is News 3 Now at 6.
And thanks for joining us. Just this afternoon, federal health advisors endorsed Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for children as young as 12.
On Monday, the FDA approved the expanded use of the shots, but most of the nation, including Wisconsin, was waiting for CDC advisors to sign off on it. Brady Mallory has reaction from Wisconsin's health officials.
Well, you won't have to wait long to get your 12 to 15-year-olds their shots. DHS expects it can update its guidance in time for that to start by tomorrow. The state is urging parents and guardians to start planning now and to ensure kids have their permission to get a shot. And if you're still uncertain about the whole process, DHS says a good place to go for information is your child's doctor. DHS says if you're still waiting for life to get closer to normal, vaccinating this age group is a good step toward that.
Vaccinating children in this age group will prevent individual illness and help stop the spread among our children and in our communities.
You can find a vaccine by going to vaccines.gov, then click the Find Vaccines option, and remember to limit the search to include only Pfizer. You can find all this information on our website, channel3000.com.
If DHS officials give the okay, Pfizer vaccines will be available to people as young as 12 tomorrow during News 3 Now's pop-up vaccine clinics in partnership with SSM Health. There are 2 locations where you can get the vaccine between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. tomorrow. The News 3 Now studios on Raymond Road or Lundy Lake Farm County Park. You can find the details on channel3000.com/vaccine-day.
Across Wisconsin, health officials confirmed 558 new cases today. The 7-day average continues to decline, sitting at 491 right now. 18 more people have died, 82 more are in the hospital. 38% of Wisconsinites are now fully vaccinated. Almost 45% have gotten at least 1 dose. And here in Dane County, almost 51% of residents are fully vaccinated. About 62% have gotten at least 1 dose. With many people 16 and up now fully vaccinated, families are getting the urge to travel. But parents with children younger than 16 are in a tough spot, even if they can get their child a vaccine soon. Christina Laurie shares what doctors want you to know before planning those summer trips.
Every vaccine in the arm is also a shot in the arm for tourism.
And the numbers don't lie.
We're seeing trips of 2 nights or more in Wisconsin are already higher than not just the pandemic year of 2020, but also of 2019, which was a record travel year here in Wisconsin.
Craig Trost from Travel Wisconsin says recreational tourism can lead the state out of the pandemic.
People are visiting water parks, people are hiking, people are going to sporting events.
But is it safe?
A little bit of it is about timing, a little bit of it is about what the activities you're going to be doing are.
While many people 16 and up are now fully vaccinated, most minors are not. Even if 12 to 15-year-olds are lucky enough to find a vaccine appointment tomorrow, they're still 5 weeks out from full immunity. That puts us mid-June, mid-season for summer travel, and that puts many parents in a tough situation. How can they safely plan a summer trip?
I think the particularly challenging one is where you have one kid who's eligible to be vaccinated and one kid who's not eligible.
Before planning, doctors recommend checking state and local health departments to see if there are any travel restrictions for where you live or anywhere along the route where you'll be staying.
Those recommendations are really less about kids versus adults and more about vaccinated versus unvaccinated individuals.
The CDC currently recommends unvaccinated travelers get a COVID test 1 to 3 days before a trip, another 3 to 5 days after, and self-quarantine for 7 days upon return, even if they've tested negative. In Madison, Christina Laurie, News 3 Now.
And if you have a child with certain medical conditions, Dr. Anderson says you'll want to talk through any travel plans with their pediatrician first.
After visitor spending in Dane County dropped more than 43% last year, Destination Madison has a plan to give the city's economy a boost. The 6-step recovery plan includes a marketing program to inspire travel to Madison, along with pursuing aggressive sales and sports plans within the city. Due to the pandemic, 97 events were canceled last year, causing the city to lose out on $57 million.
We were so excited to hear that World Area Expo will be meeting in Madison, CrossFit will be back, Ironman's going to be back. That's just a few of the many events that have announced that they are going to be here in the fall and be in Madison, and that is going to make for a great second half of 2021.
The good news is 86% of Americans plan to travel in the next 6 months. So Madison officials are optimistic that they can get the local economy back on track. In 2020, downtown Madison was one of the worst places hit in the state as spending fell from more than $300 million in 2019 to just over $100 million. That's a drop of more than 62%, which is more than double the state average. Let's check your certified most accurate forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti.
Well, skies are sunny right now, and they'll clear out for tonight. Temperatures, though, shouldn't be as cold as they were last night. The live view from the WISC sky cam shows generally clear skies here. A few more clouds over southwestern Wisconsin, but still considered partly sunny. Doppler track. Free of precipitation across Wisconsin, not looking for any rain. We could use a little bit, but not going to see it the next couple of days. Last night, Madison's temperature dropped to 36 degrees, but areas north of the Dells were below freezing and in the upper 20s. Even some pockets of upper 20s to lower 30s over southeastern Wisconsin. High temperatures today, middle 60s across much of southern Wisconsin, a little cooler closer to Lake Michigan. Current temperatures are down just a degree or two from the highs of the day. But tonight, temperatures could drop into the upper 30s here in Madison, maybe middle 30s north and east of Dane County, where frost advisories are in effect overnight. Looking for a low of about 39 in Madison. Tomorrow should be a partly sunny and pleasant day with a high of 66. Looks like it'll be nice for Friday, but hopefully we'll get a little rain as we head toward the weekend. I'll tell you what our chances are in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Developing tonight in Iowa County, a judge has set a $100,000 cash bond for the suspect who was arrested after calling to report a woman's death. 21-year-old Sean Pickett of Avoca is accused of stabbing his 54-year-old mother, Susan Pickett, at her home, also killing a dog. He faces charges of first-degree intentional homicide and intentional animal mistreatment leading to death. Pickett's expected back in court later this month. The Dane County Medical Examiner has identified the two people found dead in a Sun Prairie home last week. 37-year-old Jan Hyatt and 35-year-old Chad Rury both died from gunshot wounds. This happened in the neighborhood just north of the Sun Prairie Target store. The investigation and additional testing are still underway.
District leaders hope to keep next week as normal as possible for students at Madison West, all while MMSD and police investigate a threat against the high school. A spokesperson told us today Madison police detectives are working with Snapchat developers to try to figure out who sent the threatening message on Monday. The spokesperson said they're taking it seriously, but unfortunately these investigations take time. School on Monday was already set to be virtual only for West students. MMSD doesn't plan to change that, but they are increasing security patrols and checking everyone's ID before they enter the building next week.
Looking ahead, what once served as a strip club on Madison's east side will have a new purpose by the end of the year.
Jamie Perez shows us their plan to use the space to help people living in a food desert.
Kababa and Jera Kujabi immigrated to Madison 20 years ago to pursue their American dreams. Kaba is a space science researcher and engineer at UW-Madison, and Jera, an engineer for Sun Prairie Schools. Both are about to make their latest dream a reality.
We think it will bring lots of exciting changes, and it would improve the community.
After 2 years of working with the city, they sealed the deal on it last week. The two will transform what used to be the Vision Strip Club on East Wash into a community grocery store.
Most of the folks that live in the neighborhood are low-income folks. Transportation is a challenge, so they're really excited about having a grocery store that is close to the neighborhood that they can walk to, not have to drive.
As you can see, they've already done a little bit of work to try to gut this area, but still a lot more work needs to be done. It'll take about 6 to 7 months before they're finally able to reopen as a healthy retail grocery store.
This whole area is designated as a food desert by the city of Madison. And so what we're looking to do is provide healthy retail food.
2 city grants helped push the $1.3 million project forward, designed to make healthy foods more accessible and help entrepreneurs of color buy their storefronts.
It's the perfect example of a project that bridges the city's commitment to increasing healthy and culturally relevant food access, and our commitment to investing in BIPOC women and veteran entrepreneurs.
The store will have traditional things you can find in other stores, but also a focus on West African cuisine.
And in this area, there is a high population of folks from our part of the world. So we're looking to cater to specialty foods that they would normally not find in traditional grocery stores.
What was formerly a site surrounded by crime and nuisance, these two are hoping to strip away that reputation.
So I talked to one of my friends. The first thing that he told me was, you guys have to clean up a lot of glitter.
They're hoping to have a grand opening in November. For News 3 Now, I'm Jamie Perez.
The people who live above the building's main floor will be allowed to stay when the store is done.
Coming up next at 6, Wisconsin voters with disabilities are urging Wisconsin lawmakers to stop bills that would make it more difficult to vote absentee. That story just ahead. Stay with us.
The best Memorial Day mattress deals start now at Ashley Home Store. Shop top brand doorbuster beds like these up to 60% off while they last. And get the best deal in the country on Tempur-Pedic, plus 6 years interest-free. And free delivery guaranteed within 5 days on in-stock beds. Ashley Home Store.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand, and people are taking it everywhere. Taking Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with Silverado. Whatever you do, there's a perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy and get up to 18% of MSRP cash back on select 2021 Chevy SUV models, or get a $4,000 cash allowance on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups.
For those who rolled up their sleeves and built the perfect yard this spring, it's time to head back to Blaine's Farm and Fleet for great deals on everything you need to keep your lawn looking sharp for summer. Like Estate Weed and Feed Lawn Fertilizer, just $19.99. GrubX Season-Long Grub Killer, $24.99. Select Mulch is 4 for $10. And this Champion Portable Generator is $50 off. Plus, shop more great deals throughout the store, like Women's Alfred Dunner Fashion Collections, 50% off.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
The biggest sale of the season starts now. It's the Memorial Day sale at Ashley Home Store. Shop in-stock doorbusters up to 60% off while they last. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our furniture sale prices. And no interest financing for 5 years. Ashley Home Store. You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Wisconsin voters with disabilities are urging lawmakers to reconsider after the Senate passed 2 Republican-backed bills that would make it harder to cast absentee ballots. This is part of the broader GOP push to make it harder to vote by mail following former President Trump's defeat. Disability Rights Wisconsin estimates 23% of registered voters in the state have some sort of disability. One of 2 bills that passed the Senate yesterday would prohibit anyone other than a member of the voter's immediate family or legal guardian from returning their completed absentee ballot. Violators would be guilty of a felon. The other bars local elections officials from filling out missing voter information or making corrections to absentee ballot envelopes. Advocates say small print on ballots often leads to mistakes for people with vision problems. Both bills would need to pass the Assembly and be signed by Governor Evers, and he is expected to veto the measures.
Republican legislative leaders are taking a vote on whether to join a federal lawsuit aimed at allowing federal coronavirus relief to be used to cover tax cuts. Republicans who control the Assembly passed a resolution last month directing Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul to join the lawsuit, but the resolution isn't binding and Kaul has refused to take part in it. A paper ballot is circulating asking for authorization for the legislature to join the lawsuit and divide the cost between the Senate and the Assembly.
Still ahead at 6, a local moving company steps in to help an organization that supports the well-being of older adults and helps them live independently. And we will see more sunshine and warmer temperatures tomorrow and Friday. Gary will have the details in your full forecast.
Tonight on CBS, Tiffany Haddish hosts the new season of Kids Say the Darndest Things, followed by SEAL Team and SWAT. Then get a complete wrap-up of today's news on News 3 Now at 10.
Update your appliances and get 11% off everything right now at Menards. Spruce up your home with appliances with top brands, including Whirlpool, Amana, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Criterion. Check out the largest in-stock selection to take home today at the lowest prices. Upgrade to new energy-efficient appliances and save 11% off all of them. Save big money and get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It's a fact. We use our internet and TV more than ever, with most of us spending nearly 7 hours a day online. So it's no wonder thousands of families are switching to Spectrum, because most families have up to 8 connected devices, which means they need even more speed. Switch to Spectrum Internet and get the fastest starting speeds for the price. 200 megabits for just $44.99 a month, with a free modem and free security suite included. Call 833-546-4499. When it comes to TV, we're watching more than ever. In fact, 80% of us watch TV every day. Spectrum TV lets you catch all your favorite sports, news, and more live. Plus, download the free Spectrum TV app and watch on your devices. Switch to Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-546-4499. The fact is, Spectrum has the best services at the best price. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. We'll even buy out your current contract. Call 833-546-4499.
It's Steinhaffel's Memorial Day sale. Take 35% off store-wide and save big on the styles you want. A queen mattress, just $349. Or this dual reclining sofa, $699. This queen bed, now $749. This 5-piece dining set, just $999. Or get the patio ready for summer with this 3-piece set, only $999. Plus, with Steinhaffel's special financing, you save even more. Only at Steinhaffel's and steinhaffels.com.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
News 3 Now, your vaccine information headquarters and SSM Health are hosting Vaccine Day this Thursday, May 13th, here at Madison's Lunny Park.
And here at News 3 Now studios from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Anyone and everyone is welcome to come get a shot.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Staff with 2 Men in a Truck donated their time to help senior citizens in Madison today. They helped members of a group called Sharing Active Independent Lives, or SAIL, with moving assistance. Junk removal. Photojournalist Jim Rader has the story.
Between SAIL, Sharing Active Independent Lives, and 2 Men in a Truck, where we kind of give back to the seniors in our community with our moving services and junk removal.
VIP right there. Yeah.
Our biggest challenge, normally we did it around Valentine's Day every year, so our biggest challenge this year was just finding a time where, more people were getting vaccinated and it was a little bit safer for our seniors, because that's our main concern, is to make sure that everybody's safe.
This is an incredible opportunity every year that gives our members a chance to get to move things around their home, clean behind those tight spots. It's an added benefit of, as they age in their own homes, to get that extra support from one of our service providers.
You ready?
Yep. It's in great condition. Great.
It is nice.
Now, that's a nice chair. Yeah.
It's always good to help, people who need it, and if that means elderly, or that's great. And seeing the smiles on their faces each time we move something small just makes my day.
Back real quick.
Sure. I'm thrilled. I belong to the organization called SAIL, which is trying to help people stay in their homes and apartments with additional assistance. And I'm so pleased that 2 Men in a Truck volunteer to do this for our members.
I'll be doing this every chance I get. So it's just nice to help.
Temperatures are moving closer to normal for this time of year, and here's Gary with your first warn forecast.
They are getting closer to normal, but they're still below normal enough that we have the possibility for some frost tonight, especially to the north and east of Madison. Frost advisories in effect overnight through 8 a.m. tomorrow morning for much of central and parts of southeastern Wisconsin, but the area not as widespread. From Madison on toward the southwest, southwesterly winds will start moving in, and that will keep temperatures up enough that the threat for frost should be pretty low. Here in Madison, I'm looking for a low of about 39 degrees. Temperatures may stay in the lower 40s to our south and to our west, but farther to the north and east, some mid-30s are a possibility. I'm not looking for really widespread frost, but especially in low-lying areas, those are the areas that might be most vulnerable. Freeze warnings are still in effect on the other side of Lake Michigan in parts of lower Michigan. But dry weather will continue for tomorrow and for Friday with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. There'll be a chance of showers this weekend into Monday of next week. Some thunderstorms also a possibility for Sunday and Monday. But milder weather will return early next week. I'm thinking now high temperatures will be around 70 by Monday and Tuesday, and probably middle 70s middle of the week and upper 70s by the end of the week. We could use the rain, though. Future track precipitation beginning on Friday, lasting through the weekend and early next week for the first round of showers and thunderstorms, only showing maybe a 1/10 to a 1/4 of an inch of rain over southern Wisconsin. The better chances for rain will stay farther to the south in the vicinity of a stationary front that eventually will work its way northward as a warm front and start warming us up as we head into next week. So if we get that front a little closer to us, the rain chances will be a little higher over the weekend. Then after a couple of dry days in the middle part of the week, we'll see better chances for showers and thunderstorms toward the end of the week with warmer temperatures, a little more moisture, and a cold front approaching from the west. And that could lead to an additional 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of rain generally across southern Wisconsin, with some localized amounts maybe in the 1 to 1.5 inch range in areas to get heavier thunderstorms. The threat for heavier rain, though, staying farther to the south and west in Iowa and parts of Illinois. Low temperatures last night were in the 20s and 30s through much of northern and northeastern Wisconsin, mid-30s here in southern Wisconsin. To the south, you can see the 40s as far north as southern Iowa, but notice the 30s even dipping as far south as western Kansas. Current temperatures are in the 60s through much of the Midwest, away from Lake Michigan. Notice the lake breeze keeping temperatures in the 50s in eastern Wisconsin and northeastern Illinois, but at least the upper level winds are shifting into a more easterly range now instead of from the north like they have been the last couple of days. So that's the first part of the warm-up. The second part will be when we get that jet stream to start pushing northward, and as that happens, we'll see our temperatures go up, and also our chances for rain should go up as well. But this high pressure system sitting right in the middle of the Midwest is kind of acting as a big block, and the coldest air usually just underneath it or just to the east of that high pressure system. So it'll be another chilly night, especially off to our east. Again, frost advisories overnight for areas north and east of Dane County. Look for a low in Madison of about 39 degrees. So the threat for frost, I think, pretty low in Dane County. Tomorrow, look for a high temperature of 66 degrees with partly sunny skies, a pleasant day overall, and up to 68 on Friday. Slight chance of a shower Saturday, a little better chance for a shower or thunderstorm Sunday and Monday. Then temperatures jump up in the middle 70s in the middle of next week. Some shower and thunderstorm chances later next week with highs in the upper 70s.
And coming up in sports, the Packers add a quarterback and announce their Week 1 opponent. Who's coming to Green Bay and who they'll kick off the season with? That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
McGann Furniture in Baraboo reminds you to be sure to ask about delivery options when shopping for new furniture. Because every store is different. Some stores have very specific restrictions, while others charge you an arm and a leg. At McGann's, we take pride in our skilled delivery team, and in most cases, delivery is free. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in today and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results. Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand, and people are taking it everywhere. Taking Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with Silverado. Whatever you do, there's a perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy and get up to 18% of MSRP cash back on select 2021 models. That's over $4,700 cash back on this Equinox. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
How to change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Right now, get a large Taco Grande pizza. Papa Murphy's.
Thursday on News 3 Now this morning, we're previewing News 3 Now's Vaccine Clinic.
And the Wisconsin Film Festival starts Thursday with all programs online this year. We'll tell you how you can check out the films. Join us at 4:30 on News 3 Now this morning.
The big news out of Lambeau today, according to Adam Schefter, the Packers are signing former Rams and Jaguars quarterback Blake Bortles to a one-year deal. But before you panic, remember they need some arms in the quarterback room. And whoever is under center in Green Bay for Week 1 will be heading to the Big Easy. The Packers kick off the 2021 season with a trip to New Orleans to take on the Saints. The rest of their schedule will be released in a couple of minutes. And speaking of schedules, the two-time defending national champs dropped theirs this afternoon, and the journey for a three-peat begins 136 days for the Wisconsin women's hockey team. The Badgers open up on the road at Lindenwood and Merrimack before hosting St. Cloud State in their first home series of the season. The border battle is in Madison on December 3rd and 4th, and then in Minneapolis, January 21st and 2nd. The full schedule is on our website. Staying on the ice, Canada released the 28 players competing for a spot in their 2022 Olympic team, and 6 of them are former Badgers, and all but Kristen Campbell were on Canada's Olympic team in 2018. The final 23-player roster will be released in late December. Forward Madison is pulling out all the stops for their home opener on Saturday night. Both Lionel Abessi and Rose Cowbell, the unofficial Mingo mascots, will be making their Breeze Stevens game day debut. Now, the Flamingos are coming off a 1-1 draw in their season opener down in Arizona, and usually a team would be excited to come back with 1 point after a road game. But this group has big goals in mind and know that their first game was just the beginning.
We're giving the fans an insight. We're giving them a prelude to what we're going to do. We're far from the finished product. You know, we're only going to get better.
Yeah, it's something that we really thought we could take advantage of how good we are, and came home with all 3 points. But it's behind us now. We watched some video, and we're really excited to for the home opener and get 3 points on the board.
And the highest-rated recruit in Wisconsin history is staying home to play for Dad. Patrick Baldwin Jr. chose to play basketball for UW-Milwaukee over offers from Duke and Georgetown. The #4 ranked player in the nation is the highest-ranked recruit in Horizon League history. Gary?
Well, temperatures are still pretty comfortable out there. 63 right now in Madison, but frost advisories are in effect north and east of Dane County overnight through 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Look for a low in Madison of about 39. High temperature tomorrow in the middle 60s, and we'll be warming up next week.
All right, looking forward to it. Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.